What is up, guys? 412 Sports Cards here today, back with another video. It's been a long time, but we are back. And today's video is about realizing when it's time to move on from cards, closing a door to open another. So, sounds like consolidation. It's what you've heard about from the rooftops for years. I used to be someone who, even on this YouTube, has preached consolidation, but it's been a while, been around for a while, I've learned a lot. I think I would like to tweak a little bit of that perspective. So when people shouted consolidation from the rooftops, it was about small cards aren't worthwhile. You shouldn't own something like, say, this Audric Estime Ramblin' Man. Smaller card. I mean, it's a nice card, orange on-card auto, but is that card a long-term value holder? Probably not. You should get rid of it. That's what they told us. That's what I, even on this channel, to some extent have said. Now, from an investment standpoint, it's probably true. But from a collecting standpoint, that doesn't mean that just because you have rolled your smaller cards into bigger cards that you're going to get a lot more enjoyment. So, I used to consolidate cards purely because I felt like I should. I take, for example, something like this. I still like the card. I wasn't worried about it going down in value, even if I thought it was PC, it didn't faze me. But yet I forced them out in the name of consolidation. And looking at even this whole stack that I have right here, this all would have been fodder for consolidation. Maybe not this one, but this all would have been just rolled up into bigger cards. But right now, I made some bigger pickups. I'm going to show them to you later in the video. And this stuff is all still here. As time goes on, I find that I take stock of my PC. I look through my box, and I enjoy the cards, but there's cards that stand out that just don't quite hit the same as they used to. Some were my Penguins cards, a Letang autographed, and a Letang autograph, and Evgeny Malkin limited logos with a beak patch. Even this card, Razor's Edge, the Cup, Malkin out of 10, super rare set, the Cup. Biggest hockey set. They made this for 1 year, and it's a skate relic. Look how fat this card is, by the way. But I looked at it, and I just thought, I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. And same with a David Ortiz Boston Strong SP. It's gone now. But I just took little notes. I still enjoyed them, right? This is still a cool card that I definitely enjoy. But in a world where you can't have everything, and you make trade-offs, you think to yourself, I like it, but I don't like it as much as I used to. Jot that one down in the memory banks. And it's okay for your PC taste to change, okay? To some extent, I think we all kind of enjoy the thrill of building a new collection. And that inevitably, in a world of trade-offs, comes at the cost of some of the cards we've had for a while. That Boston Strong SP is gone. That's a card I probably had 3 years. Not forever, but not an insignificant amount of time, especially with how much people turn cards these days. But just because I decided that David Ortiz didn't suit me anymore as much as it used to, it doesn't mean I'm a shallow collector. It doesn't mean I'm less of a good collector. Many of our oldest cards, we kind of feel that way. We move on, we have them for varying lengths of time, and they no longer serve us. It's normal. Now, there are ones that still do serve us, right? Like, take a look over here. I pulled out this for my David Ortiz PC. This is awesome. Just a quad patch. David Ortiz autograph on that patch. I love this thing. I've had this one for even longer than 3 years. Maybe closer to 5. Maybe more. It definitely still serves me. And those are the type of cards that we really want to prioritize in our collection, right? We should be so happy that we have some of these, but we understand that they're probably a minority. Not everything stands the test of time, and the ones that do, that's what makes them so special to us. So, that said, I looked through my collection. I saw stuff like this Malkin. I saw the other Malkin. I saw that Ortiz SP. And I don't want to fire sale them, but I make a note, this is potential fuel for bigger pickups in the future. And I kept them for months after I did that. This one's on auction right now, but the other two are already gone. But what did change is that I kind of opened my eyes to the possibility that I could probably pursue some more expensive collecting goals because I had this this powder, in my back pocket. You know you got these potential assets for a bigger pickup. It lets you browse some of the higher end areas of your eBay save searches. It lets you open your mind to stuff you didn't even think about. There are a lot of cards, and the first card I'm going to show you, give you a quick sneak peek. Oh, there was your sneak peek. That's a card that had been on my want list for a while, but I hadn't thought about it in a while. I hadn't decided if it's still something I really wanted. When you look around your collection, you see maybe a little bit of fat. You start to entertain those ideas. You get them going back through your head because you kind of put them on pause due to budget concerns and the like. It's good to get thinking about that. And, you want to figure out, right, what you have real connection to or desire. That's key. You don't want to waste your money. I talked on this channel a lot about how selling before a big pickup can provide a lot of freedom, makes you feel a lot more comfortable. That's very true. I've preached it on this channel before, but I've also found some drawbacks to that strategy. Having that money in your bank account, in your card fund, it can make you impulsive. Sometimes it makes me want to go buy cards that otherwise I wouldn't have. When I see all the cards that I still need to part with to secure something else, I get to enjoy them, first of all, for a little longer, but also it makes me realize what I have to give up to take in a bigger piece. It's all part of that puzzle, understanding what makes a big pickup, what makes it happen for you, what it costs, and understanding that it's the right choice for you, because you shouldn't take those lightly. So how have I enacted this strategy recently? 2 stories. First is this mantle. I looked around the collection. I saw a little fuel that could be used. I said, okay, I've got some capital that I could put to use. And this has been in my save searches for years. But I started watching it a bit more intently. I made a list of cards that I really wanted and kept it in the Notes app on my phone. And this one just kept standing out. And, there were other ones that stood out too, but this one was kind of feeling like what I wanted to go with. I wanted to get another vintage card. It had been a really long time. And boom, this card hit eBay for a reasonable price, in my opinion. Yeah, it's beat up, but it's a nice card. And I hit bin. That is not something I would have been able to do if I didn't know I had that fuel in my collection. Okay, so what did it enable me to do? I took that look at the PC. I realized there was a mantle. Boom, I was able to buy it. And a card I've been interested in for years was acquired. But it enables you sometimes to even do other stuff. It enabled me to get a card that was purely a product of having flexibility to pursue something new. I talked about opening your mind to the possibility of what all's out there. This is a card that when I saw, I didn't know that it was something I was maybe going to buy, but I opened my mind to the idea, I pursued it, and it ended up landing in my PC. Andrew McCutchen, gold Bowman rookie card, it's Bowman draft, so it's like a first Bowman, gold, refractor, facsimile auto, out of 50. We can see where this one came from. Haven't swapped out the team bag yet. An awesome card that I took a leap and paid for this PC crown jewel, but I wouldn't have even considered the world of securing a new centerpiece to my McCutchen PC if it wasn't for understanding that my collection had some fat in it that there was to trim. In other words, I'm just going to summarize it. When we look through our PC and we enjoy it, but we find cards that we don't enjoy as much, we should make mental notes of it. You don't have to act immediately, but get your mind turning on what exactly that next step is in your collection, because you got maybe a little more room to make one than you thought you had. And for me, this has been a wild couple steps in my collection that I didn't expect to happen and that I was able to fund with my collection. And that's a pretty incredible thing. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you next time. See ya.